Michael E. Parker here for another episode here on YouTube, and we are talking today about what it really means to work the right way. Now, here at URCL, we always are talking about how to be the CEO of your life. We're talking about how to get the most out of your life. We're talking about trying to make sure we do everything we can to maximize and optimize our success. Now, have you ever been in a situation and heard people say that you need to work hard, right? We've often heard this, work hard, work hard, work hard. Now, many of you heard that. I know I've heard that many times. And I want you to think about that for a minute and the fact that this is not the right advice. This is not the right focus. This is not the right direction that we should be going. Now, anybody understands that we do want to work hard at the things that we do. But I wanted you to really understand if that's to be your focus, is to work hard. I'm reminded of a individual. I was doing some consulting, and there was one individual that it was a lady. She got in, she did the job. She would come in, organize her work. She would really begin to have a methodical approach to how she reached out to clients. She had a very specific approach to getting things done a certain way, and she would always get in early, and she would be able to leave a lot earlier because she got her work done. She would come in when it was kind of quiet. She was able to focus. And then there was another gentleman that had the same job, and he had accounts that he would manage, and he was totally different. So this was a situation where he was all over the place, often very scattered, disorganized, not timely, had a lot of things going on. And as a result, he was there very, very late. So a lot of times the next day, in the morning meeting, all the managers and bosses would really highlight how well that this individual worked that stayed there all night. And because they saw that as a commitment and a sacrifice to be willing to do that much, not really understanding that the underlying issue there was that he was not working the right way. Because he wasn't working the right way, it took him longer to do it, which looked like he had done more. It looked like he had sacrificed more, but really it was a sign of his inefficiencies. It was a sign of his incompetence. It was a sign of his disorganization, right? So when you think about what it really means, I tell you that story to let you know that sometimes what looks like work is not work. And what looks like the right thing is not the right thing. So we have to make sure our mindset is different as it relates to what we consider and what we think work really is. So I want you to know, if you don't have the right perception of this and understanding of this, you will begin to create a lot of challenges for yourself. Now, what do people get who work hard? Basically, what they get is tired, right? They get tired, they get sore, right? That's what you get from working hard. But there is a time to work hard if it's on the right things. We have to understand that as well. So keep in mind, I'm gonna go to my whiteboard for a minute, and I want you to think about something. We think about working, right? And you take an individual, right? And whoever that individual is, and they're on the go here, on the move. And we think about people, right? And you start thinking about things that you're going to do, right, to get some type of work done, right? And whoever this is, right, that's going to focus and get that work done, right? All of the things that we begin to do when we show up to a job or a place of work, and we are willing, right, to extend, let's call this, right? Whether this is some sort of job or something that you want to do, and you extend energy, right? So we're really talking about energy, and a lot of times we call this work, right? And exchange, this job then will be willing to give you money. So I want you to understand that this is, again, the common, right? The common cycle, right? This is the common cycle. And this cycle, everyone is familiar with, right? And so the issue with this is you have to understand whenever you are focused on just working hard, right? and with no thought of what you're working on, then you can be working hard at something and extending a lot of energy, but really you're going to always have a limit and a ceiling, right, to what is possible, right? So this individual is always going to be operating under this ceiling. They cannot get past this. Now, why is that? Because they are working hard with a limited resource, right? In this particular example, the limited resource is time. There's only so much time that this person can give. So even though they're working hard, no matter how much think about someone who's getting paid, $10, $20 an hour or something, no matter how hard they work, they're still only getting that $20 an hour, right? You're not going to change it because you worked harder, right? So this is the issue, again, with working hard on something that potentially is going to always produce the same result. So we have to understand how important it is to make sure that you see that working hard is not a solution to actually really beginning to get you the real results that you may want. Now, let's go deeper into this. So when you think about this whole cycle, right, where, we see the connection, right? And anytime you have a situation where basically my time, right, is directly attached, right? So I have an attachment, right, a connection, and my time is connected to how I make money. So when this time is connected and I'm focusing on, again, hard work, right? This is my focus. So I'm going to work as hard as I can, but my time is connected to the work. So again, I need to understand, how do I break the connection, right, between time and money? Because my hard work is really going to always be limited, again, to this resource. So I want to be in a situation, right, where I am working hard to not work hard. All right. I want you to really think about that. Working hard to not work hard. So, what do we mean? Well, we want to be in a situation where we're spending more time and our energy thinking about how can I work harder on doing the things that stop me from working so hard to create wealth, to do the things that are important to me, to enjoy the things that I want to enjoy. All of these things have to be very intentional. And if they're not intentional, and if you're not distinct, and if you're not clear, you will not be able to really be successful and create the things that you want to really create. So we want to work hard to not work hard, right? So this means, again, keep in mind, remember this. So let's look at it this way. Let's say you are here, right? And you're thinking about what you're going to do next, right? And you've got different ideas, right, that's flowing through your mind, right? And you're thinking deeply, right, about what am I going to really do here? What's the best idea for me, right? And you're thinking. Now, the key is, when you consider that this is basically the wrong place, okay, and this is the right place. So the danger here is, let's say this road is this way. This road is kind of like this, right? Now, no matter how fast you run, right, on this road here at the top, it doesn't matter because it's going to the wrong place, right? I want you to really get that visually. No matter how hard I run on that road, it doesn't matter, right? So here is where we can learn to do, right, doing the wrong thing faster. So this is why it's so important to make sure that you really understand what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, because you can be working hard simply to do the wrong thing faster. So people sometimes get really committed in their mind about working hard on something before they really have thought deeply about what they're working on, right? I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. So what am I working on and why? Is that going to yield a result? Is that really the best thing, or is it only what you know? Is it only what you've been exposed to? So we have to begin to get an open mind and begin to understand that there's sometimes an understanding that I might be missing, right? And that's going to cause me not to be able to get where I really want to go. So if I, right, even have a longer journey, right, or a more difficult journey, right, it doesn't matter because I'm going to the right place. As long as this place is truly where I need to get, the journey is the price of getting to the destination, right? So the journey is the price of getting to the destination. So my goal here is, like, if I'm going to the right place, then some of the things that I'm doing and putting more effort and energy into will be more valuable because I'm working on the right thing, all right? So, but that still shouldn't be our goal. Our goal is still, how can I not work as hard and get the result that I actually need, to where I'm getting something that is working for me instead of something that I always have to work on myself. So this is the thinking that we want to have. This is the approach and the thinking we want to have. Now, let's talk about these different ways of looking at this. So we talked about the concept of, let's talk about the concept of working hard, right? So as an individual, you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to really think about, how am I going to really focus my best effort, right? And I'm beginning to think here, what is the best focus for me, right? What is the best focus? And when I think about the best focus, I'm always thinking about, where should I spend my time? And I'm thinking about work, right? I'm going to work hard and so forth, but where should I spend my time? What should my focus be? Well, this is where we talk about different levels of focus and different levels of work. So when we start here at the bottom, one of the first things we talk about is working with muscle. And if I have me a nice arm here with some muscles on it here, right? And if somebody has a nice, muscle here in shoulders, and when you think about that muscle, you say, this is using my physical energy, right? Here's where we get a lot of the talk about working hard. So I want you to consider this, that when you're thinking about working hard, a lot of times we think about the muscle we put into things, right? The physical energy we extend and that we are able to give. All of that is tied to this attribute of muscle, right? So this is what we see. We see a lot of people who are willing to do that. And their thought is, if I can use more of my muscle, if I can work harder, walk faster, pick more things up, set more things down, if I can make more calls, if I can, create more reports, if I can do more things, then that is what will bring me success, right? And this is the wrong thinking, right? Because this is, again, a limited resource. You can only do so much with your muscle, right? So you see the limitation of the thinking of working hard. That alone is limited because muscle is limited, right? Your physical body, your human body, there is limitations there. So think about it. So now consider, if I want to go to another level of being able to work, right? And here we're getting in to the ability to manage. So now I am able to give direction to other people, right? I'm able to manage personalities. I'm able to help people get a job done. So this is another level if I can really begin to work with other people to get things done. So now I want you to notice, this is not a move to work harder. I'm learning how to work better. I'm increasing my skill level, right? So I'm moving up in my development, right? I'm working on things that give me an upward mobility to be able to do more than I can do now. And this is going to allow me to open up new doors of opportunity where money is concerned, right? New doors of opportunity. So say maybe I can make, let's say up to, let's say I could get something I could do up to 100,000, that I could maybe make with my muscle. Maybe now with managing, right? Maybe now I can get up to maybe, let's say 300,000, right? Some nice executive job or whatever, right? So I'm able now to operate at a higher level, right? A higher level, which is allowing me now to consider, even in your own business, you have to think this way. Even in your own career, you have to think this way. If you want to go from just being a worker to someone who can manage a team, manage a department, or if you're an entrepreneur, you want to go from just doing the thing that you do to being able to manage people and be able to do that thing, in a scalable way, because you're able to do more, you have to think about management skill, right? And then think about this. I can go to another level, right? And now I'm able to use my mouth, right? I can communicate, right? So, someone now that is able to start to, tell others, right? And really begin to communicate out and get other people to listen to them, right? Get other people to actually take action, right? They're able to move people. They're able to persuade. They're able to communicate in a way. This is a higher level of skill set. Now we're getting into the millions, right? This is where you see a lot of salespeople. You see people that are visionaries. You see singers. You see people who are able to, people who can speak. People who are able to act. That's all using their mouth, the communication skill. We're really saying, when we say mouth, communication skills. So this person now, they're not working harder, but they've got a higher level of skill. And because they have a higher level of skill, now they can actually, this is going to be most beneficial in contributing to their ability to make more money, create more wealth, create more success. So again, this is why the ability to talk, to listen, to communicate, to be able to convey your thoughts, to get other people to understand you, right? These are things that will yield enormous results, right? This will change the game for you. It's not just working harder, right? If I'm using muscle and I'm just working harder, I'm not going to change my situation. But when I start working higher, right? That's why we're here today to learn in this session. I'm working higher by increasing my skill level, by investing in myself, developing myself more. I'm becoming more valuable to my company, more valuable to my career. I'm becoming more valuable to my business because I'm working higher, right? This is the difference. This is what we're talking about. Now let's go to the highest level here, right? The highest level here is the mind, right? So, using that brain and being able to, right, imagine, right? This is, now we can get into the billions, right? These are the people, these are the visionaries, these are the ideators, these are the ones that's coming up with the next invention. These are the ones thinking of outside the box about how to do something differently with their product. This is a person thinking about their business model in a deeper way. This is a person who came up with the best strategy than their competitors, right? They use their mind. They use creativity. They challenge their thoughts. And because of that, they were able to get to the highest levels, right? So you look at any business, you'll see these levels, right? Whether that's a hotel or a restaurant, you'll see the people who do the work that's closest to the customer doing the muscle, they make the least, right? The people who manage make more. The people who are actually going out and doing sales and building partnerships, they make more. And those that then are the inventors of it and the owners of it and the visionaries behind it, they make the most. Any company, any industry, check it out. You'll see it always rings true. So here's the key. Instead of working harder, I'm down here with muscle and I can work harder, I want to learn to work higher, right? I want to begin to work higher. What do we mean? I want to start learning some skills and maturing at some level so that if I mature in that level, I qualify myself to be able to go to the next level. And then I might be working, in managing, but eventually I say, I want to grow my communication skills, right? Then I start being a communicator and I'm practicing and I'm learning, then start pushing myself. I want to get more creative. I want to challenge myself to think outside the box. I want to come up with ideas. Now, you don't have to wait and go through step by step. So you can be an individual that says, I'm going to start right at the top, right? I'm going to start thinking now about how I can use my mind to come up with the best idea, the best approach, the best strategy that will yield me the best result. So this is what you want to be considering. You don't want to be an individual that is bound by the thinking that hard work is going to make you wealthy. Instead of understanding that you want to work hard on the things that matter, work hard on working higher. And if you work hard on working higher, you will find yourself dramatically shifting and changing your life forever, because it is no benefit to just working hard on something that is the wrong thing. Not going to take you to the next level, not going to take you where you want to go. So you want to focus on, right? Work hard on working higher, right? This is what we want, right? So make sure you are always challenging yourself to think deeply about what level you're playing on and how do you make sure you include some of these ingredients into your life so that you can make the most wealth possible and create as much success possible, because you're removing the limits and not trying to just work hard. That is not going to get you there. That is not going to make the change. That is not the thing going to take you to the next level. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and you do all the YouTube stuff. Make sure you high five, hit the notification bell, and whatever you do, please make sure that you learn to work higher, because working higher is what's going to cause you to get the most out of everything that you touch if you want to create wealth and you want to maximize your opportunities. I'm Michael Lee Parker. Thank you so much for joining. You are a CEO. Until next time, until our next episode, make sure that you do everything you can to keep growing, growing, and growing so that opportunity will surround you every single day because you're moving in the right direction, which is up. I'll talk to you soon.